excited to be doing a video. It's been so long and I'm so excited. To be honest, the reason why I haven't done a video in a long time is because I've never been so busy and I've never been so tired. And to be honest, with this pandemic and wearing a mask, I have not been putting on makeup, and I'm like, do I really just want to put on makeup to make a video? And to be honest, that's a big no. But I'm inspired by something that I realized the other day, and I'm gonna tell you up front, people, usually I write down a little bit of what I want to talk about, get my thoughts in order, get everything straight, maybe research a little bit if I need to. I'm flying by the seat of my pants this video. I was inspired, I am also tired, and I was like inspired and tired, and I was like, I'm just gonna get on and do it and see how it turns out. So, the subject of this video is female protagonists suck. Now, for some of you who know me, most of you don't know me at all, but some of you would be like, excuse me, I thought you were a feminist. How dare you say something so wrong? Well, I wish I was wrong, and a lot of female protagonists are great. However, I don't feel as if female protagonists portray a range of women in a range of different ways. And for all of those other people who are going to turn off the video because they're going to be like, great, this is a feminist rant about how actually feminist protagonists are actually great, don't you worry. I have some good arguments to why many female protagonists are portrayed as Mary Sue's. Now, I'm not going to deny that many male protagonists may be Manny Joes. I don't know. Is there a Mary Sue equivalent for male protagonists? No, because no one thinks that, but so let me back up a little bit to talk about why I had kind of this realization. So, I gotta sneeze. I don't have a COVID. Okay. So I'm reading a book called Uprooted, and I first of all, I haven't finished it. Second of all, spoiler alert, there's going to be probably spoiler alerts throughout this whole thing, so if you hear something that you don't know the end to, just be like, la 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 la, and skip to the next part. I'm not going to go through all the spoilers, and most of them you should probably know about, so I don't want to hear about it. So this isn't a review on that book. It's actually pretty good. I'm not saying not to read it. I'm not saying it's bad. It's very fun. Definitely kind of like it's a little more than like a YA novel. Not much, but like not super kiddie. Definitely fantastical. I will say it has great world building. It has great rules of magic. That's really cool. But I had a realization that when I was reading it, the main character is a female. She's about like 17 years old. And literally, it's basically about this wizard who takes young women every 10 years for no one knows why. But he protects the country against a magical threat. But in return, he takes a young woman of the village. And, like, within the first 10 chapters, like, we are told the protagonist is, like, a mess. Like, to be honest, I was kind of disappointed because literally we were given two characteristics of this female protagonist. And, one is that she's horse-faced, which, okay, meaning that she's not, like, gorgeous, which she probably is gorgeous, but she just, like, doesn't know it. Ugh. But two, she's, like, is clumsy and, like, can't keep her appearance which is like every day I drop stuff on my shirt. And if that's a flaw, then holy crap, am I flawed. I wish that was my only flaw. But literally, those are the two things that we know about this character. And like I said, I'm like a third of the way through this book, so I'm not even that far through. And like, spoiler alert, she gets chosen by the wizard, which someone else was supposed to get chosen because she was like perfect and beautiful and like knew everything. And she's like, oh my god, I would never be chosen because I get holes in my dresses. So she gets chosen. Come to find out, she's like super magical, and herein lies the problem that I realized. She doesn't earn her magic abilities. Pause, let's let that sink in. Give me a second so I can explain. But basically, 1/3 of the way through the book, and she is already like surpassing the wizard, the master wizard, who is supposed to be the most powerful wizard in the country. She has not earned this. She's a horse-faced girl who is clumsy, and then kind of like a third characteristic is that she like doesn't take SHIT, which, like, okay, cool, but she has like this kind of temper and stuff. She is surpassing the most powerful wizard, and she like isn't earning it. She just can. So like throughout the whole book, she doubts herself and she's like, oh my god, I can't do anything. But then she can, and she's like kicking this wizard's ass at like learning stuff and teaching him things and making him mad. So yeah, I just thought she didn't earn this power. And once that was in my head, I kind of started thinking like, holy crap, like I feel like a lot of female protagonists don't earn their like powers. And then I kind of started thinking about male protagonists and why they seem to be more earning their powers or earning their strength and abilities. And then I kind of had another realization that it seems as if male protagonists go out to seek glory and strength and, you know, abilities, whereas a lot of times female protagonists, things happened to them. They are placed in situations that they don't want to be there and want to get out of. So we have these characters, males, who are inspiring and motivated, and that inspires and motivates the audience. I don't have to be a male to see passion in a male protagonist. For example, is a lot of animes do this with their male protagonists, is that they, like, against all our odds, they're going to be number one. And I can point to Hero Academia. So Midoriya is a great example. He is, you know, he doesn't, spoiler alert, he doesn't have a quirk. He is the bottom. He is, you know, the underdog, but his passion and his motivation pushes him to be better. And with all that work, all that failure, all that, you know, picking himself up again, he earns his abilities. He earns the fact that we can think that he would be number one, that he would be the top superhero because of his passion and his motivation. So a lot of male protagonists have that quality of, I'm going to be the best no matter what. And then there's a second type of male protagonists where things do kind of happen to them, but they're not the best, but they struggle through everything, making them, again, earn that. So an example is Harry Potter, is that Harry Potter is not the best wizard. He is not the best in school. He is not the most socially, you know, he's not good in social situations. He's not smooth. He's just literally middle of the road, but he was forced to be the chosen one. So we see him, he's given time to need to struggle in learning how to be the best wizard he can be. And he succeeds because of the people around him. He earns our respect in the sense of he didn't want to be here, but he worked hard and struggled, and that's why he's a great wizard now. What I have noticed is that female protagonists are not given the same time to earn the title of being like the best. So for examples, I was thinking of like Bella in Twilight, Anastasia in 50 Shades of Grey. They're not great protagonists, but those are like the main characters I could think about. Well, you know, first of all, I don't know, and maybe this is an issue as well, is that the reader is inserted intimately into a female's crazy mind. So we are privy to all of their insecurities, all their self-doubts, all of their, you know, issues. Whereas like Harry Potter and Midoriya, well, Midoriya does like crap on himself and thinks he's like the worst, but he uses that to motivate him to be better. Harry Potter, we get some things that he thinks about and worries about in his self-doubt, but it's not like he doesn't think he's a piece of crap. Whereas Bella and Anastasia, like, literally think they're crap, and all they think about is like, oh my god, how can I be, like, you know, how could a male ever like me as a partner or a sex slave, because I'm just the worst. And so automatically we're like, why? So if you don't think you're great, or if you don't want to be great, why should we think you're great? And that's, I think, is the first part of why female protagonists are written to suck, because they have no faith in them. Why would I have faith in them? Then I feel as if they're never given time to earn being the best. Bella, she just like magically is the best vampire ever. Like, there's no reason behind it. Anastasia is the best. I don't know what Anastasia is the best at. But again, in this book I'm reading, Uprooted, the character is just the best witch. Like, why? Struggles to become them. So I think that right off the bat, we're just not accepting that a female, you know, could be strong or the best at something, because they're not given the time. I was trying to look up like other great female protagonists, and I was realizing some of the great ones are like secondary characters. Hermione is a great secondary character. Yes, she is the best wizard in school. She's the smartest. But socially, she doesn't have a lot of friends. She's bossy. She's a know-it-all. So that's some flaws that she needs to get over. And throughout time, we see her develop and become a better friend, become a version of herself, and therefore she's such a great character. I was also thinking of Toph in The Last Airbender, is that, yes, we start with her being like the master, the greatest, but we learn about all the things she's overcome to be that. She's blind. She has to fight against her parents to, fight and really hone in her skills. And we are introduced to some insecurities and flaws later on, but she, in general, likes herself, loves herself, but yeah, she is a little insecure that she is not as feminine as she wished she could be, and she kind of deals with that and grows up to be, like a beautiful, strong woman, but we see that struggle and she earns that. I think it's tough because there are a lot of great female protagonists out. And then I was also thinking of the female protagonist in, Maze Runner. Again, the male protagonist, he's stuck in a maze. He wants to figure out how to get out. He's not the best runner, but he works at it and he runs the best later on. But then this female gets like dropped in to the maze and like is magically the best thing ever. And she doesn't talk, we have no backstory, she doesn't earn it. So yeah, of course, next to the guy who worked his heart out, had the passion, and worked to be the best, yeah, she's gonna look like a Mary Sue next to him because she just is like great because. So I just think that there are a lot of great female protagonists, and there can be a lot more. But we need to give them that time and see them earn their greatness, which I don't think we allow. I don't think we do.